Hey lovelies, you're welcome to the channel. In this video, I'm going to show you how I do a clay mask on my daughter's hair. So stay tuned and keep watching. I am using a Bentonite clay for this hair mask. I usually use Bentonite clay, but I'm actually thinking of trying other clays. I've heard good things about Rasul clay and kaolin clay. Some people even use a combination of these three, and I hear it works so well. I do my mixture by combining equal parts of the clay with apple cider vinegar. So if this is half a cup of clay, I'm gonna combine it with half a cup of apple cider vinegar, and then I'm going to add water as I go until I'm okay with the consistency. Using only water or just more water in your mixture, you end up with a lumpier paste that for me I find very difficult to apply to the hair. Besides, you do need that apple cider vinegar, more of it than water, because the acidity of the apple cider vinegar balances out the pH of the clay, which is very alkaline. You want the product to be as close to the pH of the skin as possible, and the pH of the skin is about 5.5. So mixing it with ACV balances out the pH and then makes it really good for the skin or hair. So when you're mixing, initially I don't pour out all the apple cider into the clay, just because I find that when you pour it out all at once, it makes it harder to achieve a smoother paste. So I just put a little bit at a time, and I just mix gradually until the paste, starts to get, smooth. I'm just gonna mix that. Also, when you're mixing your clay, please avoid metal bowls or any metal instruments, because the clay will start to act on the metal, thereby weakening its strength, and then when you apply it on your hair, it's not as strong anymore. So make sure you use either glass or plastic in mixing the clay. So I'm just gonna keep mixing it until when I find that the paste is a little bit smoother, then I'm going to add water. I'm going to add water till I'm satisfied with the consistency. And like I said before, I'm going to apply the clay mask on very damp hair. So if I don't have too much water in this mixture, that's fine by me, because I'm going to have water in the hair when I'm applying, sorry. So at this point, the consistency seems pretty good to me. I'm going to begin applying on the hair. The first thing that I do, this hair has been, we just took down the hairstyle and detangled the hair and put it in twists as usual. And then we're just going to wet the hair, like just make sure that the hair is really damp. The purpose here is to, because I used some oil when I was detangling her hair, so I'm just using this warm water, pour it over the hair. In my mind, I'm sort of reducing some of that oil and then also providing a good base for the clay to act upon. I don't like to apply clay on dry hair. I just find it very difficult to really smooth it on dry hair. But some people do it on dry hair and it works fine as well. So after making the hair wet, then I'm going to begin applying the clay. But while I'm doing that, I'm just going to talk a little bit about clay masks and why they are important and why you should incorporate them into your regimen. I will refer to bentonite clay in particular because that's what I'm used to, but most clays have strong cleansing, antibacterial, antifungal properties, and using them regularly enables you to really do a deep cleanse of your hair. I have been doing clay mask for the past maybe 2 years now. I do them every, 2-3 months. I don't do them as often, but sometimes you just realize that your hair is not as shiny as it used to be. Or that might be because of product buildup, especially if you use products that have, silicones in them, like hair grease. I have recently started using hair grease in my hair and in my daughter's hair. And I just realized that using non-sulfate shampoos to cleanse my hair doesn't cut it, Over time, you just realize that the product buildup is there and you need the clay mask to do that deep cleanse. Bentonite clay is a very negatively charged clay. So when you put it on your hair, those positively charged toxins in your hair, like, mercury, hard water products, they bind to this clay as it is expanding. And then when you rinse it out, your hair is cleansed. It also helps to remove, to treat bacteria or fungi that you might have on your scalp. That's why when I'm applying it, you see me applying it on the scalp. I want to get it on the scalp because that's going to help to cleanse the scalp as well. So using clay on your hair has a lot of properties, has a lot of benefits. Think about it as a kind of detox. You know how you use a clay mask on your face, right? Because you want to get rid of those dead skin cells. You want to, open up your pores to make your face feel smooth and fresh. It's kind of the same concept with hair, right? So when there's some buildup on the hair, on the scalp, you want to liberate all of that. You want to get rid of all of that to allow your hair to breathe. It also helps in promoting hair growth because it unclogs your follicles, your hair follicles. When your hair follicles are open and unclogged, that means that hair growth is going to be promoted, right? So this is definitely something that you should do every now and then. As for where to get clays, I don't know. I don't even know if you can use just any type of clay, but my understanding is that there are many different types of clay that you can use for this hair mask. There's Rasul clay, there's kaolin clay, this one is bentonite clay. So I don't know if if there are some clays that cannot be used, but what I would advise is that if you have access to any particular type of clay, you can do your own research and find out if you can use it. So we are done applying the clay on the hair, and what I will do at this point is just put on a shower cap because I don't want it to dry, to harden up. You can also just leave it like this and you let it sit for about, I don't know, 10 to 20 minutes, and then you rinse it off. But this girl is gonna go lie on my chair and maybe on my bed, so I just don't want that mess. I'm gonna cover it. And then after about 20 minutes we're going to rinse it out. All right. So it's been about 20 minutes, and now we're going to rinse off that clay mask. Some people prefer to have, I certainly prefer to let my clay kind of dry up a little bit on my hair because I just feel like that process of it drying up means that it's really absorbing all that gunk from my hair, right? But my daughter didn't have so much buildup. I mean, her hair wasn't so dirty, so I don't let it like dry up. And also wearing that shower cap makes it difficult for the clay to harden up, which is fine. And after, we just make sure that you rinse it thoroughly because sometimes you feel like you rinse it out and then when you go to style the hair you see some clay on the scalp. Very annoying. So, and after this step we're just going to follow up with a deep conditioning treatment. I always follow up my clay mask with a deep conditioning treatment. As you know, I really do love deep conditioning. I find that it's very good. And at this point the hair is so clean, it's like I shampooed the hair. In fact, I feel like it's even cleaner than when I do a simple shampoo. We do this about every, I don't know, every 2 to 3 months, depends. I might do it sometimes when I find that the hair is not as shiny as I would like. That's it about clay mask. Let me know in the comment section if you do use, if you incorporate clay mask in your regimen. What kind of clays do you use? Do you have difficulties finding clay and stuff like that? All right. So thank you for watching and see you next time.